4 years ago, Spider-Man producer Amy Pascal came out and said that Marvel and Sony were far, far, far from being done working together. The collaboration between the two, the partnership between Sony and Marvel was not going to end just yet. She said back then in 2021 that they were working on the next installment of the Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. And of course, now we know that that is brand new day. And I'm excited, but there's more to be excited about because what she said has further implications, and maybe someone in the cast may have spilled those beans. Hey everyone, this is Digital Charcuterie. My name is James. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you're new to the channel and looking forward to Spider-Man or not, or anything, hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video, feel free to hit the thumbs up. It really helps us out. I want to talk about Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man. Looking forward to brand new day. I think, we had the Homecoming trilogy, the home whatever trilogy where they had to put the home in. This costume that they're coming out with brand new day just looks phenomenal. I thought the end of Spider-Man No Way Home, his costume was perfect, and they are one-upping that. The rumor is now, though, that he will have two costumes in that movie, so let's hope they're both wicked and perfect as the one that they've been revealing to us throughout the last couple of days. My point at the beginning, though, with Amy Pascal leads me going into further, because to go even deeper into what I was saying there and to flesh it out a little bit, it's that the Sony Spider-Verse that they were developing with Morbius and Craven and Madam Web and Venom went the way of the dodo, or it has now officially gone the way of the dodo. It's no longer a thing. They've scrapped plans for the Sinister Six and the Sonyverse, whatever the hell they were doing. I really do want to see Morbius, the original cut. If you watch the trailer for Morbius before COVID hit, before the pandemic, it looks like not a completely different movie, but a lot of different aspects to it. I want to see what was going on there versus what we ended up getting. And that Michael Keaton's role got changed around, and probably not for the better. It didn't feel that way watching it. I did review that movie on this channel way back when it was released, and I didn't hate it. I didn't think it was terrible. I did not watch Madam Web, and I did not watch Craven. I just could not bring myself to do either one of those. I've seen all the three Venom movies with Tom Hardy, and I really want to talk more about Venom and get going on what I think is happening, or what I'm speculating as to what is happening. You can tell me I'm an idiot and whatever if you want. Please just be polite. Let's discuss this in the comments. Let me know what you guys think of Brand New Day, the costumes, and theories that you might have in the comments down below. I just love talking about, speculating with other fans. Let's discuss this. And I wanted to bring it up because, we heard that there was the article that came out a few days ago that Mark Ruffalo was back, that John Berthel's going to be the Punisher, and they're going to be fighting. And we saw some behind-the-scenes footage, cell phone footage, of what looked like Punisher and Spider-Man kind of having a little bit of a fight. And it looks, I just can't wait. I think it's going to be a phenomenal movie. Really can't wait to see what they're going to do with that. And of course, the Hulk, and apparently Punisher he's going to level up, so he's actually going to be able to go toe-to-toe with those two characters. We'll see how that plays out as well. But I really want to go into Scorpion. Scorpion is coming back. He's going to be a foe in this. Whether or not he is the big bad foe, that remains to be seen. I'm not even sure what they're doing here. This is before Doomsday, and we're getting Secret Wars, which kind of ties into what I'm talking about as well. But what I love about what they're doing, it was Scorpion, as we saw Scorpion in Homecoming, and I remember when he came, I was like, whatever. Fine. I want to see Scorpion, and the way they're working the suits, and I think the way Marvel is approaching things now, especially since the decline of Marvel, since it's been a steady decline of quality of Marvel, and I think that the numbers at the box office definitely are dwindling. Now, the Spider-Man is Spider-Man. I think he's still up his game, and of course, No Way Home had the help of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield to support that and bring those numbers up as well, especially amidst the pandemic. I remember sitting in the theater. People started coughing, and everyone just kind of looked around like, we got to go. That movie is a ton of fun and whatnot. But Scorpion, the actor portraying Scorpion, posted an image on Instagram, and it is Scorpion in full Scorpion mode, which is fantastic. I love this picture right here that you can see. You see Scorpion, for me, Scorpion's always kind of been the criminal who is used, and he turns into something that is, it's an old trope of comic books, but I love that. But what's more intriguing is the Mac Gargan Venom that we see in this image as well, which goes back to my initial point with Amy Pascal saying looking forward to the future, because I want to talk about those Venom movies. Now, obviously the Sony versus gone, even though, aspects of Tom Hardy are in the MCU technically, and Tom Holland vice versa and all that stuff and whatever. But I guess that you can just wash that away, as they have many, many things in the MCU over time. So the question is, are they going to bring Venom in? And if you do bring Venom in, do you make him different? And how do you make Venom different? And maybe you go right to Mac Gargan Venom. You can use, you have him as Scorpion now. You have him, as Mac Gargan back then, and then you bring him in as Scorpion Mac Gargan, and then as it goes on, you can have Mac Gargan become Venom, and that could be the MCU's Venom, not Eddie Brock. We already had Topher Grace Eddie Brock, and we've had obviously Tom Hardy Eddie Brock. That's 4 iterations of Eddie. How many more do you need of this character? And we've seen this before. And look, I love Eddie Brock. I would love to see Eddie Brock again, but at the same time, the way movies work is our audience is really going to want to see another iteration of Venom, of an Eddie Brock Venom. Are they just going to be like, oh, we're doing this again? And it's kind of like when Tom Holland came in and portrayed Peter Parker Spider-Man. It was like, oh, great, here we go. Another Uncle Ben's going to go. And they said, no, we're going to bypass Uncle Ben. We're not even going to get into that. He just won't be around from the get-go, which, again, for me, kind of takes away from the character. I think for everybody, it takes a little bit away from the character, which is, I think, another issue that we're having with a lot of modern storytelling. I always equate this with, like, I refer to the Ninja Turtle movies. The last couple, the first live action Michael Bay produced one, and then the animated one. I love both those movies. Do not get me wrong, but the Splinter Shredder stuff, it's like, why are you bypassing some of the best backstory like that's your best backstory, and you're bypassing it, like you're just letting it go because we don't want to get into backstories and we don't want to flesh out characters. We just want to get to the nitty gritty of it all, and you're taking away the emotional stakes and the emotional arc beats of the story when you're doing that. And that's kind of what they did with and this is way back then. It kind of felt like they were doing that, but then I thought they got right on the back on the right track when Stark died. Spoiler alert, Tony Stark dies when he dies, because then you see that he is somewhat the Uncle Ben character to the MCU Spider-Man. And I thought from Far From Home and whatnot, he kind of became the hero we wanted him to be all along. And now we're getting that in this movie. Now this is where we are now. He's lost, obviously, Aunt May, which is kind of takes away from that Tony Stark stuff, because now, May is the one that did it. I hope. Anyway, I don't know. It's weird without Aunt May, but they're doing that. And I just think, the way to freshen up and keep it fresh is you have Gargan now. He's a bad guy in prison. He knows Vulture. Now he's going to be Scorpion. Awesome looking Scorpion. And then you can have this character evolve, and he can be like this constant threat in Peter Parker's life going forward. And the thing that I like about Scorpion too is he's not like a world dominating character. He's just like, I'm a menace to New York. Yeah, I'm a menace to Spider-Man. That's what he is, and I like that. And he can just kind of always be around. And then Venom, character growth, which is something that I just said is lacking in a lot of movies, and hopefully we get that, and that would be a lot of fun for this. And so I kind of am like, let's go for it. And I don't know if he was teasing that for real, or if this is just a character that he loves and he's just posting art of this character that he is portraying and probably has grown affection towards. But time will tell. Time will certainly tell. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Mac Gargan, Scorpion, or just Scorpion. Thanks everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button, the like button, all the buttons, ding the bell to stay up to date. And until next time, may you be the masters of your own universe.